Hi, Travis here from City Winery. Thanks for joining us for our at-home dinner series. This week, with the cold change coming through, we thought we really want to do something nice and comforting, and to me, there's nothing more comforting than a beautiful French meal. So we've done our take on a few French classics, starting with a caramelised onion tarte tatin, serving that with a smoked mussel cream. For our main, we've got confit duck with a wild boar, bean and fennel ragout. And for desserts, Mandarin curd custard with praline, meringue and some little citrus jellies. I'm sure there'll be plenty of questions about the food throughout the evening, so join us at 6:30 and I'm happy to answer all your questions. Hope you enjoy, thank you for the support and see you soon.
Hi everyone, welcome to City Winery's Chef's Dinner Series. This week we focus our attention on our executive chef, Travis Crane's favourite classic French dishes. First course is the classic caramelised onion tarte tatin with smoked mussel cream. This dish is sweet and salty and smoky. Because of the sweetness of this beautiful dish, I've paired it with the Gerler Pinot Gris. We use the name Pinot Gris instead of Pinot Grigio, as it is made in a French style as opposed to the Italian style, commonly named Pinot Grigio. Basically, the difference is that the French style is a touch riper and more textural than the higher in acid Pinot Grigio. This wine has a tiny bit of residual sugar, however it is still considered dry. The small amount of residual sugar gives the palate a full and luscious mouthfeel and helps accentuate the fruit flavours of pear and green apple. The Pinot Gris was grown in the Adelaide Hills in South Australia and was hand-picked and tank fermented for a clean, straightforward, dry white with impressive length of flavour. The hard pressings of this wine were then returned back to the main batch, which adds some grip to the back palate and some more textural interest. It's a lovely match with seafood and sweet onions. You'll love it. Next up, you have the Cassoulet. So you have flavours of duck, boar, a touch of spice. You've also got the herbaceous character of one of my favourite vegetables, fennel. So we've matched this subtle yet unctuous stew with our elegant and very complex Gerler Grenache. Grenache, or Garnacha as it is commonly known in some countries, is one of the most widely planted red wine grape varieties in the world. It ripens late, so it needs hot, dry conditions such as those found in Spain, where the grape most likely originated. The southern Rhone is known for Grenache-based wines, and some of the most famous wines in the world come from this area. This Grenache, however, is sourced from our very own McLaren Vale and some of the oldest grapevines that exist in McLaren Vale, and it is proven to do so well in this area of Australia. It's made with around 30% whole bunches in the ferment, so that the tannins from the stalks give the wine a really great structure and a touch of herbaceousness. Now, this herbaceousness character has developed into a beautiful licorice character that is reminiscent of the same chemical compound that is responsible for the anise aroma of fennel. So this wine is perfumed, complex, with an underlying raspberry sweetness on the palate, and it should go really, really nicely. And lastly, we have the Mandarin brulee, paired with the Riesling. As always, we need to be mindful of the sugar level in the wine and dessert. It can be a bit of a tricky balance in some cases, pairing wines with dessert, because if the dessert is too sweet, the wine will taste disjointed and acidic. This dessert isn't overly sweet, so the Riesling should have just enough residual sugar to stand up to it. The citrus notes on the Riesling are always a winner, and the almost sherbet flavours on the palate are to die for. It's also best to let this Riesling warm up just a tad, as this will let you appreciate the full texture of this wine. It was grown in the very famous Clare Valley in South Australia and fermented at a really low temperature for around 2 months. This slow cold ferment is responsible for the beautiful texture in this wine, because when the yeast are kept cold, they actually produce a thing called glycerol, which gives the wine an almost oily, dense character. You will only perceive this character if you let the wine warm up. So guys, that's it from me. I really hope you've learned something about wine and that you enjoy your meal. Thank you so much for your support. Bye for now.